this go? How many times I gotta tell your ass already? Guess it's all on me to make this make sense. I can't keep you steady. Bad songs turn to good memories. It takes a while to understand that. Takes a while to underhand the past tense and throw that bitch off the track. New life, new goals, new aromas, baby girl. I smell like light. A little bit of CBD, a little lavender, and baby I'm alright. Paint the walls in a cinnamon sand. I'm a dust man, I'm a dirt mound baby. Roll running till the sun go down on life, even then it's still on sight. I'm on the road with holes in my shoes. Turn the radio to blues. I got nothing to prove to you. I'm on a high that can't be divided, so you gotta find it, and I can't wait. I'm taking off, who knows where first. I'm skating solo, but I make this work. Just please don't take my white lighter. I need it for the ride back to my home, girl. I'm taking lefts, made no right turns. I'm burning rubber, trying to make this work. Just please don't take my white lighter. I need it for the ride back to my home, girl.
Some moon eyes and it feels just right with your full moon eyes on me. I don't mind if we're lost in time. Keep your full moon eyes on me. Some moon eyes and it feels just right with your full moon eyes on me. I don't mind if we're lost in time. Keep your full moon eyes on me. Letting go to the night under the starlight. Me and you and I, everything's just right. Letting go to the night under the starlight. Everything's just right. Everything's just right. Letting go to the night under the starlight. Me and you and I, everything's just right. Everything's just right. Everything's just right. Everything's just.
Hello everybody, welcome back to the ERS Racing League. What a good song is that. I love it so much. But today we're back, racing in Canada. It's going to be another long one. We have a sprint race right now. And the qualifying for a sprint race seems to be in the rain. I hope the weather gets better for the rest, because otherwise we will be here for a while. Everybody is still in the pits. We had a few issues with people joining, but it is all a-okay from what I can see right here. Just waiting on one more person, but we have 16 people right now on the field, so that is plenty to have some good racing. This time I don't think it was Jared who was the first to leave the pits. I think it was Wakey. Or was it Jigsy? It was Jigsy who is ahead of everybody. And there goes Jared, I think. Or is it Lumbergumber? It's Lumbergumber currently ahead, the first on the track, and you can see that he is struggling on the colder tires in the rain. He is currently driving on softs, so I hope the track will warm up a bit so he will be able to use them properly. But we already have yellows, but I don't think we have any damage. Who might that be? Who might that be? I don't know. It was Amon who spun out already in the cold, on the cold track with the cold tires. You can see the Lumbergumber is sliding. He is struggling. But luckily, we have plenty of time. We have 10 minutes left in the qualifying for the sprint race. Then we have the normal race. And then we, like the normal qualifying, then we have the normal race. If you ever feel like participating in these races, join the Discord down below. Please do. We can always use more drivers. And you can see that Lumbergumber is already going into the pits. He thinks that this is a no-go. This is not possible to do properly. So he's probably go to the inters. But Jigsy is the first one on the track. So let's look at that. Let's see how the master is able to do it. You could see that he was already sliding. He is on the mediums, even on harder compound tires than Lumbergumber was. Gonna be risky. We have the first few people starting their time lap. And meanwhile, we have Jigsy here, who is slowly coming to the end of his. But yeah, we got daily races here at the ERS Racing League. If you ever feel like participating, join the Discord down below. And we can gladly give you a spot to race in. If not in these league races, we can do it in our daily races. If you ever feel like commentating on these races, just join the Discord down below as well, and I will gladly help you further. It's good to have some other people to help me with this job. Oh, that's a bit rough, but Jigsy is the first to set his time lap, and it's gonna be 120, almost flat. See, Jared's time got qualified, Dave's time got disqualified, Lindsay's time is still going. He's about to finish this first sector, and it is a purple. He is on the intermediates. Because for the people that don't know, we have separate tires for when it's dry and for when it's raining. So these are the softer tires, the tires you wear when it doesn't really have intense rain. Fastest second sector. This is looking good for Lindsay. I think he won last week, so I'm interested to see what he is able to do now. He just barely won from Lumbergumber. Quick chicane, cutting slightly across, it doesn't really matter. And he is incredibly fast. Wow. A 1:15.8. Almost 2 seconds faster than Matt is. Let's see what Boris is able to do. Here we will be coming up to the hairpin, the famous hairpin of Canada. And it's looking clean. We do have a yellow. I think it was just someone moving out of their way for the other Merc, which was Bicky. Hopefully Boris won't have any traffic blocking him. Doesn't seem like it. So let's see what his time will be. Beautiful second place. Almost a 10th faster on the dot compared to Matt is. Then we have Lumbergumber, who we just saw. He has the fastest second sector. This is looking pretty fast as well. What will he be able to do compared to Lindsay? And he just barely snatches it away from Lindsay. P1 for Lumbergumber. with a 1:15.479 instead of the 1:15.841 from Lindsay. Those two are way, way, way faster than the rest of the field. So we're definitely going to see a battle for the win once again, like last week. Bit more boring here without Jared on my side, but he is driving. Yet to set a time, still in the pits. Let's see what Amon is able to do. He commentated with me about a month ago on the Friday. Let's see what he is able to do. A 1:18.163. Pretty decent time, if I say so myself. We have 2 people without times out. Ooh, Jen has almost lost it. Will he still be going for it? He is still going for it. Fastest for a sector, even though he almost lost it. I think that's mainly because the track is drying up as well. I don't really see rain anymore. So I think the times will only get faster and faster. Beautiful, Janice snatching first place with a 1:14.845. Almost a second faster than Lindsay. Just barely unable to do the second. That is pretty good, but it shows that the track is getting faster and faster. Let's see if George is going for a timed lap. I do think he is with the weaving we just saw. Let's go. What will he be able to do? Almost loses it already. Looking okay so far. You can see that he's struggling trying to keep the car on the track, but I think he aborted his lap. See what other people are on the track right now. We have a few people going for their time laps once again, such as Amon, I think, but I don't think he is faster. Gonna be a close one though. Never mind, not at all. Alright, let's see. Jigsy still not. Jared is on his time lap. Let's go on board with my co-commentator on Tuesday. Let's see what he is able to perform. He is often a little bit in the back, snatching points here and there. Let's see how he's able to perform on this track. Fastest first sector for Jared. As you can tell, Jared has that halotism. Fastest second sector. This is looking good for Jared. Alright, coming through the last few corners. Faster times are slowly rolling in. Dave has retired from the session. Jared will set the fastest time so far. Never mind, Janice snatches it away instantly by getting a 1:11.9. That is some interesting times. All the gaps that you see from the people that just drove the lap in the rain compared to the people that drive it in the dry. It is so different. But yeah, we have the two Kick Saubers still without a time. I think both are on their time lapse. And it will be DJ Panda who will be the first of the Kick Saubers to set their time. You can see that Lumbergumber and George are setting faster times as well. Let's see, DJ Panda will snatch P3. Forcing the two McLarens down at that tiny bit, losing a position. And here we have other cars coming in as well. Almost everybody is on the track except for Rexon. So we will see a lot of times coming in again. Arthur will be able to set a 112.04. Rexon will be the only one without the time set. It seems like Jared overtook Lumbergumber. Wow, okay. I did not expect that to happen. But Lumbergumber, however, is still on his timed lap. And there he goes. He snatches P1. Usual Lumbergumber fashion. It seems like you had to fight for that position though, especially with the changing weather conditions. Good stuff. Lindsay snatching P1 away. I guess we have Mattis. Who should be coming up to the finish line any second now. Just getting third place, and we have one last person on the track together with Jigsy in the pits, who should be going any second now in his box, and Boris, who will also go into the pits. So we'll have to wait for the car to go fully into the pits before we load into the sprint race. And oh, never mind, he just, I guess, made it go a bit faster by leaving the session. Or not, I don't think it worked. It did not. Rexon rejoined a bit too late, however. Are we loading in? It's gonna take a while. Just give it a moment. Like this is gonna be a long time that we're sitting here. If it's gonna be like this every second, like every time we load in. Just give it a moment. I'm gonna ask for another moment. There we go. The beautiful pit lane. It seems like it's very dry compared to before. So I hope we're going to see some faster times to make the time go quicker as well. Everybody is loading in on the grid right now as we speak. Then we will have the formation lap. And then we will start with the sprint race. For the people that don't know, the sprint race is like a short form race. To see what the people are capable of. To distribute a few points here and there. Before we have the official race, which will be later. For that we will have a separate qualifying as well. Just to give it a moment. Putting in always takes some time. There we go. All the cars will start on their formation lap. Let's hope to see some good racing today. I hope for the formation lap and for the first lap to not be any crashes there. So we all can see some good racing the first lap. After that, I don't care what happens. All hell can break loose for all I care. Well, we have Rexon, who is in their ghost form. I don't think Rexon is racing for today. Who will I be placing my bets on? It's weird to see Dave so far in the back. P15. Normally he is, or P14. Normally he is pretty much at the front. But see him down here Not used from him. I am gonna say that Jigsy is gonna perform pretty well today. I hope that he doesn't rack up all those penalties for which could cause him, like give him disqualification. So I expect great things from him. And of course, my boy Jared, I hope he can snatch some points. Points for the championship to at least show that he is capable of gaining points compared to his teammate Lumbergumber, who is just always battling it out for the win. Sometimes not even battling, he is just getting the win. But here we go, everybody should be lining up on the grid any second now. Give it a while for all the other people, the last few drivers, to go on the grid, line up their cars on the markings on the road, and then we will go ahead and start this race. Let's find one where we can see the lights properly. There we go. Everybody has lined up on the grid. We're going to light up those lights. And when they go out, it will be the start of the sprint race. And that is right here, right now. Let's hope everybody makes it through the first corner in one piece. It seems like DJ Panda lost 4 positions just at the start. But so far we have cars maybe going 3 wide. You can see that Boris is really like giving slight bumps to the back of Mattis, trying to surpass him. Jared gaining a position there. Amon losing position to his teammate. Dave snatching 2 positions, getting ahead of George as well. We can see that there are a lot of cars still pretty close. The front of the field is spreading out a tiny bit. But here in the back, you can see that everybody is sticking extremely close. Wakey losing a position to Dave once again. We can probably see Arthur looking for an opportunity here. We will be going into the hairpin. We only have 12 laps, so if they want to go for the overtakes, it will have to happen right here, right now. You could clearly see that Arthur was looking for that overtake around Jigsy. Let's see what Rexton, yeah. I don't know what is happening here. But I hope he won't cause any bad things to happen for the rest. But DJ Panda has been struggling big time. Oh, it seems like Jigsy has gone into the wall. I don't know what happened there, but he will be last. He won't be participating for the points right now. I shouldn't have put my bets on him. I cursed him. I'm so sorry, Jigsy. But I wonder what happened with DJ Panda. Let's see how many positions he has lost so we can see. Yeah, he lost 3 positions compared to where he is right now. Here we see Bicky, who is looking to overtake Jared. Will he be able to do so? He has the DRS around the outside. Jared will still have the inside. However, Bicky is first through the apex. And someone is cutting across. Who was that? Dave just cuts across the corner and rams into Bicky. I hope none of them have any damage, but that was really weird to see. Dave overtaking Jared in a cleaner manner this time. That was weird to see. That is not something we condone over here. Lumbergumber takes away the lead of the race away from Lindsay. Jigsy, 10-second penalty, speeding in the pit lane. Probably going for repairs because he broke his front wing. You could see that Boris is also driving with front wing damage. Seems like he isn't struggling that much, but still it isn't ideal. Amon losing a position to Wakey, and Amon losing another to DJ Panda, who is also looking to go past Wakey. He won't be able to do it right here. Not where Dave cut across, but Wakey made a mistake, collided with the wall, lost a lot of speed. And there he loses the 2 positions he just gained. DJ Panda slowly working his way back to where he was before, but he is in ghost form? What? Okay, that I think is just something weird happening. Lumbergumber snatching the fastest time with the 111, and Lenzi is already a second behind. Here goes Amon past DJ Panda, and Wakey goes into the pits. Never mind, they swap things around. Let's see Jared and Bicky having the battle. Jared taking back the position. Bicky won from him. Dave is already out of the danger zone, but we will probably see some good battles happening between these two. Dave with a 3-second penalty. As long as Jared stays there, he will gain that position as well. However, Dave is going for the overtake around Womax. I wonder why Dave got that 3-second penalty if we saw him cut across the corner before. I think he might have done something like that as well. Braxton has retired from the race in the pits. He will probably be back next qualifying. But here comes Bicky around the inside this time, around Jared. With the DRS, Jared won't be able to do much. However, he is taken really close. Bicky with the 3-second penalty as well for the track limits. Arthur and Janice in the front, swapping positions. DJ Panda has spun out. I don't think he has any front wing damage, but he is clearly struggling on this track. Luckily, no front wing damage for DJ Panda. This is a good battle we see between Jared and Bicky. But what I have my eyes on is a possible battle happening in the front where Arthur is gaining on Robin. While Robin is trying to stick close to Lenzi, who is clearly looking to overtake Mattis. Mattis is playing the defensive game. Doesn't really care about the win anymore, where Lumbergumber is already almost 3.5 seconds ahead. But here comes Lenzi with the DRS. It seems like Mathis has quite the speed. Won't be able to do it here. He must do it later on. We have a yellow. It is a stake. I think it's DJ Panda again. Yes, it is. Boris with the 3-second penalty. Everybody around Jared is racking up those penalties. Jared, in the meantime, overtook Bicky. And here we have DJ Panda battling it out with Wakey. Brakes locking up. Wakey managing to get a little bit more speed. DJ Panda, however, is sticking close. Will have the DRS. No, he does not. Nobody has DRS. Anyways, DJ Panda has more speed, so gets ahead. Yes. Great three-way battle. Jared loses it, however. Sliding out, getting a little bit too much curb. And that will be the battle for Jared with these two. But he will have to worry about George coming up from behind. DJ Panda, however, in the meantime, has retired. After all those multiple spins, we could clearly see George cutting across the curb and racking up that penalty of the track limits. But yeah, DJ Panda spinning out too many times. It wasn't worth battling for. So he retired. Here we still have the same 4-way battle going on for P2. Wakey, another 3-second penalty. Matt is P2 also getting the penalty. That basically means if this battle keeps going, he will end up 5th. Afraid we're going to see some penalties rack up as well, like later on. Like in the actual race, I think most of the drivers on the grid will have their penalties. But as long as most of the people are able to finish the race, I am always happy. So far, not much. Lenzi, however, is sticking so incredibly close to Mattis. But so far, he has been able to go for the overtake. Whoa, Lindsay has to watch out. Arthur is here, coming through the inside, still side by side. Lindsay not being able to do it. Tried to go for the switchback. Slight contact between Arthur and Lindsay. Lindsay following right behind now. And Mattis is using this time to try and book it. Lindsay getting a 3-second penalty with this battle with Arthur as well. Jigsy once again. There are penalties being dealt out left and right now. Here we go. Lindsay, will he be able to pass Arthur? Doesn't seem like it right here. He's actually losing time. While Arthur is slowly winning time back. Jigsy, 3-second penalty once again. How much is he on right now? He's already on 16 seconds. I think he just said, fuck it. I'm just going to cut across and I'm going to try and get as close as we can to the rest of the pack, since both him and Wakey, both Red Bulls, are all the way in the back. But that it really matters for the sprint race. We have 3 laps left to go and only the top 8 get their points. So I think they're just saying, fuck it, why not? See what we can do. Lindsay cutting across slightly, tried to go for the overtake. With the throttle he was applying, he just couldn't get the traction and almost slid out. Same for Mattis. Mattis having to worry about Arthur doing the exact same move like he did to Lindsay on the place where Jared lost the battle. In the back, there comes Lindsay, who won't be able to do it yet. Robin is also sticking real close behind. You can see that Lindsay is spraying on that position. Slight bumper car action going on between Arthur, Lindsay, and Robin. However, no damage. Basically polite bumping that we can see. Jigsy is in the pits, I think. Oh, it was Wakey that has retired. And there goes Lindsay cutting across the curb, cutting the corner. And winning the position on Arthur, who was caught by surprise and basically caused Robin to bump in the back of him. That was really weird overtake to see there, but no penalties being dealt out apparently. Bicky crash on the straight, losing the sprint race for him. Maybe we can still see him over here. We cannot. His car got removed sadly already. But there goes Bicky the Mark out of the race. He will have to do it later on in the qualifying. Ooh, Met is getting real close to the back of Arthur. There with a 3-second penalty. All the penalties are being dealt out. George, Jigsy once again. Come on, fellas. I know you're in P12 and P13, but you got this. You can see that Lindsay has lost the position to Arthur, who has used this time to get up into the second position. Here we go. We have 1.5 laps left to go. Lindsay has to watch out for Mattis, who just threw her on the outside. We have 4 cars going too wide. Jan is losing a position due to some slight contact. Womax is forcing himself more forward. George has also retired from the session. Coming out of the hairpin. Seems like he had crashed. Ooh, Womax going off track. Same for Janice, who has spun out. Losing multiple positions, even more now. Dave losing a position to Janice in the background. Fighting it back again, still side by side. It seems like it might be going the way of Janice, but it doesn't really seem like it yet. Janice just barely managing to stay ahead. We've been able to keep it, however. Oh, he is really fighting. He is really looking. Both have about the same speed. Both have about the same skill. Whoa, Janice tried to go full throttle, try and get some distance between him and Dave. However, it caused some wheel spin, which will cost him the position for this time. Wake has joined back for the race, for the qualifying, which will happen. We are on the last lap. Lumbergumber is in no man's land. 10 seconds ahead of P2, which is Arthur, who is 2 seconds, 2 seconds almost ahead of Lindsay, who has this entire train behind him. We'd be able to see some overtakes happening here. I think Lindsay might lose the position to Mattis because he has the DRS, and Lindsay does not. Here we go, DRS zone. DRS is open. There comes Mattis. Mattis has way more speed. Lindsay couldn't do much. Robin sliding right back behind. Mattis getting P3. Never mind, Lindsay is fighting it back. But due to the penalties, it doesn't really matter much. And Womax gets P3 for the qualifying. Jigsy's collecting another penalty. While we have the last few cars going into the pits. You forgot your setup. And start glitch out. Someone is backwards over there. I think someone was having fun crossing the finish line and ended up backwards. Dave is the driver of the day when it comes to the sprint race. The person I put my bets on? No, that was Alfie. That was Alfie. Of course, Lumbergumber, the winner of the sprint race, followed by Arthur, followed by Womax. And we have Mattis, Lindsay, Robin, Dave, Janice, Boris, Amon, Jared P11, Jigsy P12, George P13, Bicky P14, Quakey, DJ Panda, and then Braxton. All these sadly did not finish. But still, if they are here back for the race again, that would be good, because we of course want the full grid to be there when the race starts. I'm quickly going to get myself a drink. I'm going to mute myself while we are loading in, while we are listening to all the cars exiting the pits, and I will be back as soon as possible. I have been talking this entire time and I was muted. I am so sorry. I am so sorry. Anyways, we're back. But yeah, I don't know what Wakey did there. With that weird maneuver, he was, I guess, getting hit in the tires, crushing into the wall, and sadly getting some damage. But here we have Lindsay slowly coming up to the finish line. He was a contender for podium. He was a contender for pole position before, but sadly at the very end he got some track limits. So that won't be it for Robin. Two times are joining in as well. Mon now also setting a time of 1:11.4. I wonder where Robin will end up between the lot. He is gunning it down this fast section of the track through the hairpin. And I want to destroy it. DRS will be enabled. Lumbergumber snatching P1 with a 109. Our first sub 10. But here we go, Robin. Just barely outside of the 109s with a 110.073. Janice will be next. He is also pretty fast on this track, if I say so myself, and it will be a 109.95. Let's see who else. Raxon is also now going into the pits. Then we have a few other people. Let's see. Arthur is on his time lap. He had a 112.6. Is he able to beat it? It seems like he is faster. By quite a lot, actually. And snatching the first place with a 109.606. Let's have a look what all the other folks are able to do. I don't think anybody else is really going for a time right now. Except for Matt is currently P10. Had a shot at podium for the sprint race just now. So I think he might end up pretty high within the, within the qualifying. He goes straight into the pits. Guess we then have Jarrett, who will be the next one. Everybody else that will set their time are on their outlaps. It seems like Jarrett is faster than Sprevis, but by how much? Not a whole lot. A second, but not enough to win a position. Just barely still P12. There goes Jigsy. How old are these tires? 0 laps old, so I'm interested to see what Jigsy is able to do on these fresh tires. He had the fastest second sector just now. I did notice, but indeed I was muted. I'm so sorry, Jigsy. But here he comes. That is a 0.1 time improvement on his previous. Won't be enough to really snatch another position. Let's go on board with Wakey, and then we also have DJ Panda driving as well, who just had the fastest first sector. I'm interested to see what he is able to do. He said he had the wrong setup just before. George Alonso is the first one to retire from the session without even setting a time. That's a bummer. You can see that he crashed like near the pits as well. Ooh, DJ Panda almost losing it through the hairpin. However, he is still going, still blasting it down the straight. Here we go, through the last chicane. Into the finish straight, about to set his time. And it is 9th place with a 110.708. Guess the last one to set a time will be Raxon. And then everybody on the grid should have a time except for Lenzi, who is still in the pits. Raxon will be going for their time lap just yet, but they will start soon enough. See, it seems like Bicky is also going for their time lap. Currently P12 with 111.269. Nice! Someone going wide in the hairpin, probably given space, but might be a slight mistake as well with the brakes locking up. Through the chicane, no track limits. And what will he get? A 110, I'm guessing. Yes, indeed, a 110. Half a second improvement, but not a whole lot within the, within the grid. A lot of people are within the 110s, so it will be rough winning positions there. Let's see, Boris also currently on his time lap, already battery drained. Or he just set his time. I think that might be the case. I guess we might see Janice go for one soon. I don't know. I am lost with who drove and who didn't. But oh well. We see Lenzi going out on their outlet right now. Let's go on board with them as they get heating those tires, nearing the hairpin, and then we will hopefully start to see a time come up. Build on the straight, trying to get heating those tires. No DRS enabled, of course. Through the chicane, and he will start to blast it right here. ERS enabled, DRS enabled. Trying to squeeze all the speed possible out of that car for their fastest time yet, I hope. Looking smooth so far. Nothing too special yet. But the lines are definitely pretty smooth. No fastest second sector. Coming up on the last straight, really. Yes, oh, Red Bull just flying behind him. I guess as long as Lenzi is going, he will have... Never mind, he won't. Okay. I was going to say he will have a time. And Jigsy just crashes it into the wall at the finish straight. At the pit entry. We've had so many people do that as of right now. I do not know what is causing it, that they just crash into the pit wall, I guess. Really, really weird to see. Here we go, Jared on his time lap. I personally find this track rather boring. Like, it is... Oh, an error with the EA service. I got kicked out. Okay. Not something I expected. Apologies. Let me retry and join. See if I can get back. Apologies for this. No network connect. So weird. But thanks to DJ Panda, the legend, I'm instantly rejoining. So apologies for that slight mishap happening. Connectivity issues are bound to arise when you have so many people playing on the servers. But we should be back any second now. As I enable all the goodies that we want to see. And here we are back on track. Still, once again, apologies for that. But it seems that Arthur, our current race leader, our current pole position is gunning for another time, I think. And Janice, in the meantime, snatched P2 away from Lumbergumber, who is on his outlap right now. But it doesn't seem like Arthur is going for a timed lap so far. Interested to see what Lumbergumber will be able to do with Janice now snatching away his P2. Almost getting away with P1. I sent it last corner, and the corner sent me. At least you got a time down. That sucks, Jigsy. Sucks to have that happen. As I was sadly away. But Lumbergumber currently getting the fastest sector in the first sector. Let's see if he's able to keep it through the second one. He does. Fastest second sector for Lumbergumber. And Arthur apparently got disqualified. Current race leader got disqualified. Or I think going out their way. That is EA at its finest. Our current race leader got disqualified. That is just such a beautiful sign of EA. Anyways, Lumbergumber snatched away pole position, so it wouldn't have mattered much. But instead of starting P2, Arthur now has to start all the way from P17. That is so stupid. Actually so stupid. Janice getting the fast first sector. I wouldn't say you gotta love and hate EA, but I don't think there's ever love with EA. It's just hate. Let's see, Janice with the second sector, also the fastest. Lumbergumber will have to worry about his pole position, I guess, with Janice getting this close. Lindsay also, by the way, on his timed lap. The last person to set a time from the people on the track right now. Here we go, Janice. Will he be able to snatch pole position right here? And he does, with almost 2/10 difference between him and Lumbergumber. And it seems like Lindsay got P4 with 109.7. Good stuff. Just having one time to set, and it's that. We see some front wing damage happening in the back. It's an Alpine. It is, let me see, Dave, who crashed into the wall. And I guess sending that front wing absolutely flying down. Vicky will be the last one. He is going into the pits. And that will be it for the qualifying. Interesting stuff. Good times. That definitely. But also, fucking EA, man. Come on. Arthur. That sucks. Interesting to see what he is able to do. I'm betting he will get driver of the day. If he has this pace in the qualifying, he will definitely be able to work his way through the field all the way from P17. DJ Panda P10. Now we will be going into the official race, but let's first look at the grid for today. It is Janice P1, followed by Lumbergumber and Dave to close up the top 3. Then we have Lancy and Boris to close up the top 5. Robin, Mattis, Jigsy, Woomax, and DJ Panda at P10. Then we have Amon, Vicky, Jared, Wakey, Rexon, George, and sadly Arthur all the way in the back. Sucks for him, but I'm interested to see what he's able to do. Oh, he left the session. I hope he didn't rage quit before the race even started. Yeah, everybody is loading in onto the grid. And once again, like usual, I'm hoping for a clean formation lap, and I'm hoping for a clean first lap. After that, I don't care what happens. The show must go on, and I hope the people will give us a show as well. Let's look as... Am I racing? I'm racing. What? I'm racing. Why am I racing? What am I doing here? I am... This, I've never had this happen before. I have never had this happen before. Want to see me race? I guess, like, at the start, where... Am I still in service? What is happening? I am... Wait. What is... What? Let me quickly double check. Everybody lost connection. Let me... I'm in the race as well. I think I am going to retire in the pits as well. It will be, I guess, me racing on the track as well with all these other people. I do not know how to do this. I do not know what is happening. I am so confused.
Okay, how was that pull away? You'll have a bit more grip than that on the start, but we need...
You know what? I'm driving with these people. I do not know what the...
brakes as well. Okay,
what is...
out. Go!
Okay, I guess this is so weird. Why not just join all these people on the grid? I have never had this happen before. I have never had this happen before. And I've never participated in these races, so this is what it feels like to be a driver on the grid, right behind Arthur, in the back. This is... I know, I don't want to. I don't want to. Okay, I might. Where do I retire? I do not know how to retire. I have never done this before. Where is the retirement?
Okay, copy that.
What? Copy what? Copy what? Whee! Okay, this is rough on controller. The commentator is in an F1 car right now. What is happening? I do not know. Okay, yeah, about this. Beautiful. So how do I retire? I do not know how to retire. How do I retire from session? Yes. I did something that is not allowed, and that is retiring on the grid, but I am all the way in the back. So now I can go back to spectating like I am supposed to. Alright, anyways. With that rough start on the race, we have quite a lot of people swapping positions. We have Janice losing a lot of positions. I do not know what happened there. I think he disconnected while we were loading in, so it is his ghost driving for him. But let's see what is happening right here. Yes, of course, in the pits, of course. George losing multiple positions as well, belling it out still with Lenzi, who is also in the back here. A lot of contact, you can see right here. Someone is already in the wall, and it is Raxon. We haven't seen him on track so far, but he is on track right now. I hope he is able to finish the race at least. Otherwise, it will have been a short one for him. Jared losing multiple positions as well right now in the battle with Wakey. Everybody is still within the second for the most part on the field, so I really have to have a good eye on everything that is happening. I saw Ferrari, I think, go for an overtake. That was Mattis up on Bicky, I think. Not sure what happened there. Lumbergumber, of course, the fastest lap so far. Jared winning back that position. You can see that there are cars 3 wide right behind him. Slight contact between DJ Panda and Wakey. DJ Panda managing to stay ahead. Wakey losing multiple positions, 3 right once again, as you can see right here. They are going through. Wakey once again on the outside, and we have someone cutting across the grass. Janice needs an invite. I can do that real quick. Let me. Self is rough. EA is having issues. Well, let me quickly send you an invite. I do not have you added. For some reason. You're not online for me, Janice. I'm sorry. Jigsy with the 3-second penalty. We have the first few penalties rolling in. Of which we have Lenzi spinning out after contact with Wakey. Wakey stepping on the brakes, giving back that position. I think with George also suffering from it slightly. Wakey will now be looking to overtake George. And Jared, in the meantime, overtaking him on a bit more in the front. Dave getting the fastest lap currently in P2. He is sticking close to Lumbergumber. And we have Boris, who has spun out through the first chicane. Or the second. I think it's... no, it's the first. It's the first. Never mind. And we still have some great battles going on everywhere. It's so hard to know which one to look for. But we have the Fee-Carbs here with Womax looking to overtake his teammate Lenzi. Well, Lenzi is looking for an opportunity to overtake DJ Panda. However, that is easier said than done with a driver such as DJ Panda. Wakey the first to pit already. Probably due to front wing damage, now back on the track. Right behind Raxon. Umax having lost the time to stay within the DRS. We will see Lenzi looking to overtake DJ Panda. There is a good opportunity. It will happen right here, but the rain is starting. We have rain starting. DRS, however, is open. He will still have that little bit more speed. But when will we see the people go into the pits as there is rain falling? And there goes Lenzi into the pits. Slight contact with DJ Panda. He just said, nope, don't want it. And just went straight into the pits. I think we will start to see the first few people go into the pits to swap to intermediates or full wets. I think intermediates will be the way to go. You could see that people are sliding about, and it's Jared who has gone off the track and almost back into the wall, as I said right there. That will be front wing damage, and it's a good sign that it is becoming slippery. I think we will see a lot of people going into the pits to swap for intermediates, as we might be able to see right here. And yes, indeed, those will be some intermediate tires. Arthur still, sadly, in ghost form for what I can see. Raxon, 3-second penalty, speeding in the pit lane. Janice still also in ghost form. Let's see if I can send another info to Janice. He is... there he is. All right. He shall continue here. Mattis is preying on that position of Jigsy, currently in P5. And he is also going into the pits. I think we will see the front of the field all going into the pits except for Bicky, who is staying out on his medium tires. Let's see how that will pay off. And Jared has left the session. I do not know what is happening with all these connectivity issues. EA is having a blast today. They have targeted our league on purpose. But you can see how much water is pouring down. Yes, of course you can get an invite. There you go. Invite sent. Let's see how long it will take for Lumbergumber, who is still on the already on the intermediates, to surpass DJ Panda, who is staying out on the medium tires. And he's almost spinning out. DJ Panda is struggling to keep the car on the track. I think the same counts for Bicky. You can see how slow he is taking it through the hairpin. And Lumbergumber is watching this man in the Steak Sauber and just sliding about, struggling, fighting to keep the car on the track. DRS has officially been disabled due to the rain. And there goes Lumbergumber. Not much that DJ Panda is able to do, but I think DJ Panda will go into the pits. As we can see right there. Vicky has also officially gone into the pits, and now we are back with our race leader, Lumbergumber, in the bright orange McLaren. Arthur still in ghost form. Penalties are rolling in. And we can see a good battle here between Lindsay and Mattis. With both of them on the intermediates, but I think that might also be becoming too slippery. But yeah, it seems like they're still sliding about. But it seems like Lindsay has more speed. Mattis slowly being overtaken. Around the inside, we will have a chicane coming up. Lindsay is already ahead, and Mattis will have to follow right behind. But you can see how much they are sliding, how much they are struggling to keep the car on the track. And what is happening in front? Jigsy almost just went into the wall, into the grass, forcing himself onto the racing line. And we have Lindsay going around the outside, has more speed. Jigsy struggling to keep the car on the same type of speed as Lindsay, and Mattis, who is following right behind. I think we might be able to see an overtake happen right here. No, we do not. Through the chicane we go. Which I think in the rain is becoming worse and worse. So I hope to see at least some DNFs, and not that it's just me. DJ Panda currently in P10. 3-second penalty. You can see that Mattis went a little bit wide once again, cutting slightly across grass. But he's still driving, still barely keeping the car on the track. Wakey is going into the pits, and he is on the intermediates. No, what am I looking at? Is he on the hards? Did I see that correctly? Is Wakey on the hards? Don't tell me that he's on the hards. Wakey is on the hards. What are you doing, buddy? I hope this was a mistake. Why are you on the hards in this extremely hard rain? Oh, I'm praying for the soul of Wakey that he is able to stay on the track, please. But yeah, with the rain, race often becomes a bit boring. People are starting to drive their own race, trying to just keep their car on the track instead of fight for positions. Wakey losing a position to Jared, as he is bumping into every car of every wall left and right. I assume we are going to see him go into the pits at the end of this lap. Yeah, he is sliding, turning his Formula 1 car into the drift car. Going extremely slow, almost touching the wall again. So at least if he goes straight, it'll be okay, because if he shoots straight, it will mean you go into the pit. And there you go. Wakey, who for some reason swapped to the hard tires. Now, on the hopefully intermediates or full wets. Meanwhile, Jigsy and Dave are only like the few real battles we have going on right here, together with, I think, DJ Panda looking to go for the overtake around him on. Jigsy, 3-second penalty in P5. Bicky, 3-second penalty as well in P8. Here we go through the first chicane. You can see that DJ Panda is trying a way different line, looking for opportunities, looking for gaps to force his car into. Isn't able to do it right here as he is struggling to keep the car on the track. That is some great driving from all of them, I'm going to say, on this slippery track, especially in the rain. Wakey with the 3-second penalty as well. And here we see DJ Panda going for the overtake around Amon. Amon not really being able to do much, as DJ Panda just has way smoother lines, just has more control over the car, as Amon is slowly letting that gap fall ahead of him. Through the hairpin we go. And there DJ Panda goes, already creating a gap. Jared winning the position on the AI, driving Arthur right here. I still don't know what happened to Arthur, but sadly his AI is driving for him. Amon still managing to stay within the second, however. Actually gaining time again on DJ Panda. Interesting stuff that we are seeing right here. Let's see if he's able to gain a bit more. Currently gained 3/10 on DJ Panda. And losing that all just as quick as he won it. We have 2 battles going on the track, so as I said, in the rain, the race often becomes a bit more boring, since everybody's starting to drive for their own safety and not for the lap times. I will definitely keep my eye on any weird things happening right here. But so far, it doesn't really seem too special from what I can see. The 2 battles we had are slowly turning to not a battle anymore. Jigsy with another 3-second penalty. Let's see what the penalties are at right now. Oh, we have a yellow. But that doesn't seem like anything special. The penalties. We have 3 seconds for Dave, 12 seconds for Jigsy, 6 seconds for Bicky, 6 seconds for DJ Panda, 3 seconds for Boris, 6 seconds for George, 10 seconds for Jared, 3 seconds for Wakey, and 3 seconds for Raxon. The tire situation, everybody is on inters except for Rexon, who is losing time by the second. Stops, you can see that we have a few people with 3 stops, a few with 2 stops already, and most are on 1 stops. Jed, there goes our only battle we had going on. So now it's up to my sleepy head to entertain. So let's see what else interesting stuff we can say, and that I guess is Janice, who has lost 12 positions. Now in P13 in the rain, and that is Jigsy out of the race. We have a virtual safety car. This will allow the entire field to bunch up back together. It will allow people to pit where needed. Where did Jigsy end up? Into the wall. Never mind, the virtual safety car is gone. And now we have the official safety car. DJ Panda is going into the pits, and I think we will see everybody behind him follow the same thing. We have the safety car happening right now. The safety car is waiting for the race leader, Lumbergumber, to come right behind it. I did not expect to see a safety car back then. But yeah, these are really rough circumstances, really rough weather to drive in. And there we go. We have, I guess, never mind. We do not have the first 3 people behind the safety car. Because how the safety car works in here, whenever a crash happens, whenever large debris is on the track, we will get the safety car. However, everything will despawn rather quickly, so people would just have to drive behind the safety car, which will allow the field to bunch up more and more. Let's wait for our race leader, Lumbergumber, to join the safety car. Then we can see the field starting to bunch up again. There we go, and that is our race leader behind the safety car. With Dave slowly getting there as well. Basically getting a free pit stop without losing any positions. That is what you love to see. Yeah, this is sadly going to take quite a while. This will be a late race, and you can see that someone is struggling to stay on the track. And I think that is Raxon, the only Haas we have on the field here today. My controller disconnected. What do you mean my controller disconnected? My controller battery has died, so let's just continue on here. I do not know how to swap between. Let me quickly see if I can. What? I don't know. What do I... This is so... stuff is not going well. Stuff is not going the way you'd like to see it. Oh well. Not much we can do about it. We have Raxon going into the pits. As we have Lumbergumber still driving all the way at the front right after the safety car. Let me quickly see if I can collect some batteries while we look at this show as the field is slowly bunching back up together. Alright, as I have returned with the battery, you can see that the field is just slowly becoming wetter and wetter. I think we will see more people go for wetter tires. As you can see, the field slowly start to switch over from the intermediates to the full wets. We can see that Arthur is taking it and is going into the pit. Same for Jarrett. Swap to the full wet. Same for Mattis. Same for Lenzi as well. Yeah, this will throw the field quite off of the way it is set right now. But the people on the intermediates are risking it. Risking sliding out. Amon has left the session, which is weird since he is in P7. I think we might have some other connectivity issues happening as well. Today is not my day for commentating. Today is not the day for EA when it comes to running the servers. This is actually horrible. I'm so sorry for whatever, for this show that we are putting on. Let's see if I can send him an invite. I still have him added. Weird stuff that is happening. I don't know what is causing this. Which my frames also aren't loving all these particles. These are a whole lot of particles from a lot of cars that I have to load in. But safety car is ending this lap, and you can see that Lumbergumber is leading the race on 10 lap all tires. Amon is just back in time, as we can see the safety car speeding off into the distance. Lumbergumber is looking for an opportunity to get away and try and leave a gap behind him with Dave. It isn't happening just yet. Lumbergumber is playing it somewhat safe. We are waiting for the safety car to go into the pits. It has officially happened. And now we have Lumbergumber already speeding off. Dave struggling to stay behind. He is managing it, however. Robin was less prepared for it to happen. Lance is already off. Robin is going into the pits right now. What is causing that? Maybe he's going to spit for hard for the full wets. We can see it happen multiple times as well. Lumbergumber is doing the exact same. George gets 10-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. The entire field is changing, with Dave currently leading the race, followed by Womax, who is a little bit further behind. It seemed like Dave had a great time getting away from the rest. And Bicky is looking to overtake Womax. Womax almost sliding out, and Lenzi is out of the race. He has crashed into the wall, and this might be another safety car. It is not, I think. Nope. AI is still driving for him. It's just, I guess a rage quit. Might be. I don't know. But luckily, we do not have another safety car. He was on the freshest intermediate you can have. But yeah, he is not on the track. Sadly, we have a Red Bull going wide. Who is it? I think it's Wakey. Let's see what other battles we have going on. Mattis is going a bit wide. Janice tried to take the inside. Got a little bit of oversteer and almost spun out. Glad at least he was saving it. But we have Lumbergumber, who was leading the race, now right behind Janice. Lumbergumber has a lot more speed. Will he go for the inside? No, he does not. Slight contact between the two. Janice almost sliding out, managing to keep it on the track, however. The track is so extremely wet. The slightest mistake and you will slide out into the wall, which is of course not what you want racing on this level. We have this battle going on together with Boris, who is running into the wall, sliding out on full wets. That is not something you see very often, but you can see that both of them are fighting to keep the car on the track. Lumbergumber managed to get ahead of Janice. Lumbergumber, even he is sliding left and right because of this. But you can see that he is taking the controlled lines. He wants to have full control over the car, even though that means driving a bit slower. Having that control over the car will allow you to even win time. Vicky looking for the overtake for Womax around the inside. Womax going a bit wider. Womax has more exit speed. Vicky won't be able to do it here. He might be able to do it afterwards. He might be able to do it later. But here we also have Robin through the hairpin. The exact same thing. Janice around the outside. Robin around the inside. You can hear the wheel spin. You can hear the tires screeching. But Robin will have the drier part of the track. He will have that little bit more speed. And Janice, who went a bit wide, who was forced outside of the racing line, now behind in P9, behind Robin. Janice, a 3-second penalty again. Jared has the exact same thing. Matt is with a 3-second penalty as well. We can see Bicky struggling. He really wants that position, but he is also struggling to just keep the car on the track. Rumax without any penalties. And Bicky falling right behind with a 6-second penalty. Almost sliding out. Keeps it on track, however. Meanwhile, we have Lumbergumber who has come knocking on the back of George right here in the Aston Martin. You can see that he is struggling to keep the car on the track. We have a yellow in Sector 2, but I don't see anything, luckily, on the minimap. So the race will go on. George going wide. Lumbergumber kind of taking the racing line. George having the racing line, but almost sliding out. Someone was going out of their way, we saw there. Lumbergumber managed to stay ahead. Bicky, 3-second penalty for the track limits. Once again, what are the penalties at right now? We have 3 seconds for Dave, 9 seconds for Bicky. Raxon has left the session. DJ Panda 16, Boris 13, George Alonso 16, Janice 13, Matt is 13, Wakey 13, Jared with 3, and Raxon with 9. But Wakey just got a 10-second penalty, and he has officially retired from the race. Did it in the pits, unlike me. But he did it the correct way to retire. George with another 3-second penalty. Is Amir or is Boris already trying to cool his tires? It is still absolutely pouring down. And he's already going slightly off the racing line to, I guess, get some cool water on his tires, as you can see right here. Seems like DJ Panda is able to live for another lap. But Boris is really pushing, really putting pressure on DJ Panda in front. DJ Panda, however, is not giving in to the pressure and just still driving extremely clean lines for what I can see. Maybe not the fastest, but they are clean and they will close off the racing line for the person falling right behind. That is typical DJ Panda behavior. We also have Bicky still in front, looking to overtake Womax. And while I was looking to the battle in front, Boris has successfully overtaken DJ Panda. Sad to have been able to, sad to miss it. Sad to miss it. I really want to see that. Let's see if DJ Panda is able to stick close enough to maybe even fight back for that position. And it is looking to go maybe even that way, that DJ Panda is able to snatch back that position that he just lost. Around the inside, slight contact, almost lost it. Staying on the track, however, he will have less speed since he didn't accelerate on the racing line. Still sticking close. You can see that the racing line is drying up, but it isn't enough to hop off the wet tires, of course. The rain is still actively falling down. You can see that I think DJ Panda has more speed. Into the wall slightly, loses the speed now. But DJ Panda has more speed through that section. If he is able to use that on an overtake, he will be here, there, and gone. For now, he is stuck behind Boris. While Lumbergumber is slowly creeping closer and closer and closer. DJ Panda slowly getting outside of the second. That is not ideal. Still managing to stay within it though, but it's getting hard to do it in these circumstances. In these conditions, it's already impressive to keep the car on the track, let alone race for all these laps. Lumbergumber is at the back on the full wets. Doesn't really have the exit speed, but I'm betting he's going for the overtake for DJ Panda right here. It is DJ Panda, however. He is extremely rare to overtake. You can see the defensive line that he is taking to block off the line that Lumbergumber was able to do. Lumbergumber forced to follow behind as DJ Panda tries to stay close enough to Boris. However, keeps Lumbergumber, the speed demon, right behind him. George into the pits. Lumbergumber with the clean lines. DJ Panda almost losing it. However, he is keeping it on the track. And it's going to be rough for Lumbergumber. He really wants to pass it as soon as possible. However, DJ Panda is just not allowing it. Vicky with 3-second penalties right ahead. I think this is the only good battle we have going on right now with the rain. Bit of a bummer, but oh well, it's a good battle if it involves Lumbergumber. Because Lumbergumber is currently P6 and we only see him on podium, really. So this is basically a one-off. We want to enjoy this show that is happening right here. Jared with a 3-second penalty. Let's see what the penalties are at right now, and that is a whole lot. 3 seconds for Dave, 12 seconds for Bicky, just overtook Womax. Bicky also overtaking Dave. Never mind, Dave is going into the pits. What a waste of good pace, Lindsay says in my in the chat. Yeah, sadly. But there's always a next race where you can show what pace you have. But yeah, it happens to the best of us, sadly. A lot of people are in the pits. And Bicky is currently leading the race. Not something I would have expected, but you can see that he is struggling even on the full wets. Let's see what the others have swapped to, and it is, once again, intermediates. Same for Womax, and same for Robin. Amon has also gone into the pits. So I guess the only real battle we have going on is between, I guess, DJ Panda and Boris. Boris still struggling to keep the car on the track. DJ Panda's following smoother lines right behind, looking for that opportunity. Will he be bombing it around the inside? No, his brakes locked up a tiny bit. He kept control of the car. He's trying to go for the better exit. However, Boris kind of just like forced himself on there and blocked DJ Panda. Robin with a 3-second penalty. We have 12 more laps to go. This is going to take a while. But here comes DJ Panda. Doesn't risk it. Boris flies straight into the pits. Same for Bicky, and DJ Panda will go on to lead the race. Never mind, there comes Dave, and Dave is already gone. DJ Panda led the race for an entire 2 seconds, and then Dave came and he conquered. We have quite some people going into pits again. Of which we have Boris, Mattis, and Jared. Seems like Vicky has set his sights on the back of Womax. He won Speed 4. But will he be able to do it with this current tire situation? His current tires are, let's see, 0 laps old. While Janice and DJ Panda are driving on 12 lap old intermediates. Those have seen better days, that is for sure. Vicky not being able to do it here. Let's wait for a better moment later on. He does have the speed to stay close. He does have the speed to close off the gap just a tiny bit. It won't be enough to go for the overtake, but he definitely, as long as he is creeping closer, he definitely will be able to do it later. Vicky getting closer and closer. Lumbergumber in the back also doing the exact same. Winning a lot of time for the last few sectors. You can see that Womax is struggling, however he does still have impressive pace in these trying conditions. Bicky sticking close, Bicky winning time. But I hate to share it with you, Bicky, but even as you bomb yourself through the inside, going wide, allowing Womax to take back that position. Will he have the speed? I think he does. But for how long will he keep P4? As you can see, the bright orange McLaren, driven by Lumbergumber, slowly get closer and closer in the background. Lumbergumber already within the second of Womax, who was just 2 seconds behind of Bicky while he was behind Womax. Let's see if Lumbergumber is able to go for the pass. Is able to go for the overtake around Womax. Womax is known to have pretty good pace. Pretty good lines as well. However, Lumbergumber is just Lumbergumber. Not much you can do about it. Let's see what this man is able to do. This machine is able to force out of the car. And it is a lot more speed compared to Womax. We just gave away his position, went wide, thought this is not my battle. And now it's Lumbergumber gunning it for P4, gunning it for big ol' Biggie. Boris with the 3-second penalty once again. Almost the entire field has penalties except for Lumbergumber, Womax, and Amon. So we will definitely see a few position changes because of that. Because a lot of people don't just have 3 seconds, no, they have 19 seconds, 22 seconds. We will definitely see some position changes happen because of that. Ooh, slight contact with the wall with Bicky in front. Bicky is struggling, as you can see. He is weaving. He is going wide. He is losing the racing line. Lumbergumber just basically has a free overtake because of that. Lumbergumber now gunning it for podium. Already within the second of Janice. We quickly look in the back as we can see Robin getting closer around the inside with Womax. Robin had the better line. Womax just managed to squeeze out that a little bit more speed. Bicky, 3-second penalty. Robin, 3-second penalty. You could see that he was cutting across the curb. That is correct. And here we have Lumbergumber getting closer and closer to Janice. Now literally within striking distance. The same distance Janice is compared to DJ Panda, who is currently in P2 on, I think they were 16 lap old tires. And here he comes any second now, and I think we will be able to see an overtake coming from Lumbergumber. I'm guessing around the inside. You can see that he's looking. He doesn't have the speed as of yet. And he doesn't go for it right here. He will probably go for it later on. Already looking. Now around the outside. Still around the outside. He has it so far from what I can see. Janice is not letting go. Oh, Lumbergumber almost loses it. Squeeze out a little bit more speed. We'll have the inside now. And somebody is going into the wall. And it is Bicky. Losing 3 positions because of it. However, Lumbergumber is on the podium. And here we have Janice still not letting go. We'll probably see try on an overtake to take back his podium. And he is sticking extremely close. And Bicky has officially DNF'd by retiring into the pits. Zoom Racing, what happened there? I don't know what happened there. Oh well. George, 3-second penalty. Jen is going around the inside from Lumbergumber. Lumbergumber will have more speed through here. Janice won't be able to do it through the last corner. It might go for it later on. We have a McLaren that has spun out. I think it is Jared. Jared has gone into the wall. But the camera doesn't really allow me to check what is happening. Lumbergumber and Janice meanwhile fighting it out. And we have, I think, front wing damage for Jared. So let's go check everything out. Janice has spun out as well. Just in front of the pits. And he has spun out again. Come on, Janice. Keep going. The battle is over when it comes to Lumbergumber. But you can still snatch some points. Boris is slowly closing in. He might have an opportunity to come knocking, but here we have Lumbergumber who has already come knocking to the back of DJ Panda. He says, knock knock, who's there? Race leader, but you're not race leader, soon. 2/10 away from DJ Panda. DJ Panda almost 15 seconds away from Dave, who is leading the race. Dave has had a rather calm, I guess, race for himself now. After the restart and everything happened, he is on a comfortable 14.5-second gap. DJ Panda sticking around the inside. Still managing to stay ahead, so he will be the first to reach the apex. Lumbergumber cutting slightly across. It seemed like DJ Panda messed it up. Slight contact between the two, causing Lumbergumber and DJ Panda to lose speed. Womax and Robin are just coming through. We had Gars going 3 wide, and now we have Womax trying to stay ahead of Lumbergumber. Still side by side. Lumbergumber has the inside. Womax still trying to stay there. Doesn't seem to be able to do it. Robin has also come knocking to the back of Womax. DJ Panda has officially lost it, spinning multiple times. Now, further in the back, DJ Panda will be out of the race when it comes to the podium. Womax, however, has solidified himself in P3 as Robin is struggling to stay within the second. Womax and Lumbergumber do not have any penalties, so this might be a freebie for him. As long as Lumbergumber is able to get within the 6 seconds, Lumbergumber will have won the race officially here in Canada. Two battles going on. We have 3 more laps to go. As we have this battle going on between Boris and Janice. Both have quite the penalties, but that doesn't matter as long as they have a good battle. As long as they are putting on a show. We have 3 laps to go. With Lumbergumber, I guess, slowly losing time now. DJ Panda with another 3-second penalty in P5. And it has dried up. DRS has officially been enabled since it isn't raining enough to disable them again. We have a yellow. Don't think it's anything bad. It's just DJ Panda spinning out, doing pirouettes, doing his ballet lessons on the track. Losing 2 more positions because of it. I think he might rage quit. That is definitely a possibility. George has swapped to the softs from what I can see. Risky move, I think, is just going for the fastest lap, and indeed he has swapped to the softs. Risky with the last 3 laps going on, but it definitely could mean that they are able to drive a faster time because the track has dried up. The track has warmed up as well. Here comes Robin with so much more speed because of the DRS. And goes straight into the pits. Weird. Really weird. 2 laps to go. Robin snatched a 10-second penalty because of that as well. Was it worth it, Robin? I don't know if it was worth it. Matt is, however, with the DRS getting close to him on. We have a yellow. Seems to be a McLaren, and it seems to be Jared once again. However, he is still driving, which is something 5 drivers are unable to say, of which I am one. Shush. Matt is gaining a position on Amon. Amon sticking extremely close. I don't think they're able to do it now. DJ Panda had also gone into the pits. So I think we might see a hunt for the fastest lap coming. Lumbergumber still in P3. Oh, Matt is almost losing it. Amon sticking close, playing it safe. Whoa, Matt is sliding out. And there goes Amon. Matt is teleporting back on the track as he continues. Luckily, I don't see any major damage. Just no front wing side skirts. That will be a little bit less traction, but that's okay as the track has dried up quite significantly already. Lumbergummer has also gone into the pits. Let's see what the tire situation is at. Yeah, you can see that some people have done 4 stops. We have Jared who has done 6 stops together with George, which is quite a lot. The tire situation, some are still on inters, and still people are going for the normal compounds. And when we're looking at the penalties, those are quite some penalties, I can tell you that much. But any second now, and I think we are going to start the last lap of the race. Amon is basically the only rebuttal we have going on together with George. Amon trying to stay close. Amon looking for that opportunity. Looking for that gap to try and force his car into and see if he can use that to overtake the car in front driven by George. Lumbergumber with Janice. Lumbergumber on the normal compound. Janice still on the rain compound, the wet compound. And you can see that it is paying off, swapping to the faster tires. He is 10 seconds behind as the last lap has officially started. This will be a rough one to try and save up, because if we go to the penalties, well, not really. Robin has 19 seconds. Lumbergumber basically already has a guaranteed podium, and he has a chance to absolutely blast his way down the track. Look for those looking for those fastest sectors, looking for that fastest lap to snatch away another point. But yeah, Dave, I think, will officially win the race. And he does so with a huge gap. Mumax just now slowly come to the end of the first straight. Now the second through the chicane, cutting across, not getting luckily a penalty. And that will be P2 for Womax, with Robin falling right behind. And then Lumbergumber slowly getting there. Robin will fall back down, I think, to P5 or even 6. Depending on how far these penalties are. But Lumbergumber gets P3. Same for, I guess, Robin getting P4. Janice, who crashed into the wall at the very end of the straight for a show. Yeah, is still able to drive. Boris snatches the fastest lap. We have... don't really have a battle going on between DJ Panda, Amon, and Mattis, but they are all sticking relatively close to each other. It will be going the way of Amon, who has won another position due to the penalties. George losing another one. Very interesting race. Very annoying with the servers. I apologize for my presentation skills as well. WooMax driver of the day, rightfully so. And I apologize, I guess, for the AA servers just putting me in one of those chairs, which is not something I would have expected. But oh well, the podium ceremony as he comes driving up on the podium. That is not something we see very often. Montgomery P3? Huh? The what now? Huh? And these are the final standings. Let me go to let's go to the results of the race itself. It is Dave, the winner, with WooMax and Lumbergarmer to close up the podium. Then we have Robin, Janice, Boris, Armand, George, Mattis, and DJ Panda to close up the top 10. Then we have Jared, just barely P11. Arthur, Raxon, Bicky, Wakey, Lency, Jigsy, and I guess apparently there's me there. I am now officially part of it. I should be within the standings. I have solidified my name into the ERS Racing League. But yeah, out of today, it is Dave who won together with WooMax and Dan Montgomery when it comes to the points. Very, very interesting. I'm at a loss of words of what happened here today. With how bad the servers were, with how bad my own commentary was. I am extremely tired, as some of you might have already found out. And then also forcing me to drive together with the drivers on the grid while I was in spectator mode from the get-go. Just so weird to me. But yeah, definitely very interesting, very dynamic with all the different weather scenarios we have seen. Heavy rain, like sun out. So this was definitely a very interesting race where we could really see how the skill of these drivers would uphold with the changing conditions. Very interesting race, quite some stuff happening, not a lot of drama happening, which I am happy about because racing should just be racing. But then just EA came and fucked shit up. But oh well. I should be back next Tuesday together with Jared commentating Tier 3. And then I will be back once again for the Friday with Tier 7. Hopefully it will go a bit better than today. But thank you all for watching. I hope to catch you all next